So I kicked off the new year with an event called Vision 2020, which focused specifically on social entrepreneurship. And I had this thought to do this in mind, pretty much because I saw that there was a need to be able to provide foundational information to all business owners. With this particular event, I thought it would be a great idea just to gather a group of individuals who were interested in starting a business, who wanted to learn the fundamentals of what it means to be in a nonprofit, and then also, if you wanted to start a for-profit business, the pros and cons of each one as well. The first thing you have to think about is, going through the phase of concept phase and writing everything down as you want it to appear and you visualize as you want your business to grow. And then on the back end, what we did is we added in a portion specifically for discretionary funding and how you're able to pull that funding in or apply for that funding with the respective politicians that are currently in office. Right now, what I'm really focusing on is anyone who is looking to really try something different in the realm of starting a social entrepreneurship. I wanted to make sure that businesses, especially businesses of color, have that, resource and, foundation so that they could be successful long term. Welcome to the real journey of the entrepreneur. The journey of any entrepreneur begins with a decision, then writing down your vision, then the execution of that vision. It is not for the faint of heart. It is for those who understand how powerful your mind is and that you can truly create the life that you deserve. It does require a unique formula that includes belief in yourself, a lot of consistency, connecting with an OG, a lot of tears, missing out on a few events and things, and taking a whole lot of risks that will allow you to see your vision and dream come to pass. This journey of the entrepreneur is from the perspective of a wonderful mother, a business owner, whose goal is to break generational barriers and normalize the process of wealth building and financial wellness through entrepreneurship, all while creating a social and give back along the way. I am sharing this journey with you and invite you to share this process with me. Let's do this together. Your decisions, but you have to feel comfortable to own it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right? I will always support you.
Thank you.
Well, hey, everybody. Hey. It is Monday night. I hope that you all are doing really well and that you are safe, sane, and sound. Welcome to the journey of the entrepreneur. We are back. This is our second episode in season 2. We are going to be focusing on the journey of the entrepreneur from the perspective, like the real that goes on behind the scenes. Today, I had pretty much like a 16-hour day where I got up to use the bathroom, came back in front of the computer. I taught a couple of workshops virtually, and this is a part of, the space that I'm existing in, and I'm tired. But what makes it so amazing is when we have courageous entrepreneurs who are willing to unpack their truth behind the camera with me, because what we know is what we want to encourage you to know, that entrepreneurship is not for the faint of heart. No, I have made some revenue this year, but no, I'm not running in dough as of yet. I have done really well for my business, but you're talking now from the perspective of a business owner who has been at this for 6.5 years. And the past 3 years have been really phenomenal in terms of growth and development. But I'm looking to expand. And so those are the type of things that on the real journey of the entrepreneur that we are going to talk about. And just make sure that that when you put your mind to something that it is doable. However, you have to have the courage and the focus to be able to put the work in for yourself. This space of entrepreneurship provides freedom of time. You get to meet some really amazing and dope entrepreneurs along the way. You get to share your gifts with the world and know that this process of entrepreneurship is meant for those who are willing to put in the courage. So, for those who are just joining us on this journey, my name is Anita Pierce, and I am the owner of a business consultancy called 11375. Now, you're probably wondering, is that somebody's zip code? No, but it is my birthday. I named the business 11375 because I thought and think that it's pretty unique in itself, but also it's a way for me to share a part of my birthday, but also being able to share the gifts that I have to the world. The things that we have gifted to us, I personally believe that it's not for us to keep, but it is for us to be able to share and bring along individuals along the way. That's just my belief. Tonight, I am beyond excited to introduce a guest who I had a chance to meet over just talking, getting to know. But I'm really excited because Ayanna is a storyteller, a creative artist, a mother who hails from Brooklyn, however, was raised in the deep south of Savannah, Georgia. I am really excited because we're going to learn about, what it's like to be a mom. We're going to learn what it's like to be a business owner. We're going to learn what it's like if you want to learn about publishing, which I have my notebook and I'm excited to learn about. This is the spot where you can join us. And so we're going to unpack what it looks like, what the journey of entrepreneurship looks like from the perspective of two moms. And I just can't wait to bring her on. Hey, Ayanna. Hey.
Hey,
Hey. Hey, hey,
guys.
hey, hey.
Yes.
Check it
Hold on
out,
to
y'all. We got like matching colors, and that was not planned.
listen. Listen, that's how I know it's gonna be a good conversation tonight because we're on the same page. We're on the same
That's
page.
right. That is right. So, welcome, welcome, welcome. We are excited to have you here. Tell us a little bit, just a little bit about what's not in the bio, because I did not read the entire bio. I think it's important that I not tell, but just you tell the folks who are watching live who you are.
Absolutely. Hey, fam. I call people fam because I believe we are all connected. So, hey, family. I'm Ayanna McNeill. I am a mother, daughter, sister, friend. I am a poet, spoken word artist, an author. I am also a motivational mindset coach. And I also, by day, am a mental health professional. So, like Anita said, I'm from Brooklyn through and through, but I was raised in Savannah, Georgia. Grew up a little bit in Savannah, Georgia, but I'm a Brooklyn girl. And I am out here just trying to spread some love and help people free themselves so that they can be the best versions of themselves. That is
All right.
my mission.
All right. So we about to get a little deep in it because you mentioned a couple of things. One, that by day you are in the mental wellness profession. Would you
Yes, ma'am.
describe what that looks like for you?
Absolutely. I work for the Department of Health and Mental Hygiene in the Office of School Mental Health. And I have been doing that work for 5 years, working in schools, providing mental health services for New York City public schools. And I'm a supervisor. Shout out to my team, my Brooklyn South team. And we go in schools and we connect schools and help coordinate mental health services for the students in the building. And we are in K through 12. We used to be in over 800 schools, but we've downsized. And it's work that I'm passionate about. It's work that keeps me going because the importance of supporting our students, their entire being, is something that is invaluable. And so because I have a hand in that, I feel like I'm really doing something. It's challenging. A lot of times we have heartbreaking stories in our work and things that we have to support schools around, but it's necessary work, and I'm excited to be doing that. So shout out to my office's school health fam for all the work that you do. I work with some incredible clinicians, incredible educators, and we do a lot for the city of New York and the children of New York.
So I definitely don't want to overlook that.
I've been in the mental health field for over 12 years, but now I work with DOE.
Wow. So that's something not to overlook because, you have this background, in mental wellness space, and then you are a mother, and then and you are an author, and then and and. So where do you want to go? Motherhood, like let's talk about what that looks like for you.
Yes, that's my favorite thing to talk about. I am a mother to a beautiful baby girl, 8 months. She just turned 8 months on the 3rd, on your birthday, on the 3rd. She turned
Oh,
8 months. Yes. Trinity is my daughter via foster. I'm fostering to adopt. So we are in a beautiful journey and process together, she and I. She came to my life last March at 11 days old. And we've been kicking and running ever since. She keeps me on my toes. And she is absolutely a miracle and a blessing to my life. And I feel very fortunate to be her caregiver and her mother. And I can't wait for the day that it's official on paper that she's a McNeill. So I'm looking forward to that. But I am a mommy, full-time mommy, single mommy. But I have an incredibly strong village that helps me raise this child. So I'm not alone in the process of being a parent to Trinity, but it is the best job I've ever had in my life, the most important job I've ever had in my life, and also the most demanding. For all the mamas and all the papas out there, all the parents out there, you already know it's the most demanding thing that you'll ever do. But I feel blessed and fortunate to do it. Can I show a picture of my boo? Can I show her?
Absolutely. This your episode.
Look at my boo, y'all. Can y'all see her?
Oh, she is absolutely
that's my baby. That's my baby. That's my baby. Yes.
That's taking all your time.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. She does. She from the moment she wakes up to the moment she goes to sleep, it is her world. I fill myself into her schedule. I tell people all the time she's my real CEO.
I got one too. She's 6.5. So I'm curious, right? So you're a mom, and
Yes.
and your journey to to motherhood is amazing, and I'm glad and very honored that you shared that story with me. I'm curious about what your scheduling is like. So you're working, right? And then mom, and then deciding to be an entrepreneur. What does that look like? What does like your day look like?
So my child wakes me up around 5:45 in the morning, and I'm getting ready to go, getting her dressed, getting myself dressed, getting ready to be in the office by 9. Drop her to her auntie's house that helps watch her, and I work 9 to 5, and then I go pick her up. We come home. I hustle and bustle with her in the evening while I'm responding to emails and building content and planning what I'm going to put out there as far as the business. And she goes to sleep around 9 o'clock. And so once she's out at 9 and it's quiet for me and it's just my space, and I can write a little bit or I can follow up on things that I have to follow up on. I'm also in certain programs now. I'm doing a lot. So I just kind of fit it in. My schedule just works. And it works because I have people who support me, honestly. Like my mom watches her Tuesdays and Thursdays in the evening for me while I participate in this entrepreneur program that I'm in. So the whole fam, the whole village shows out and helps me out when needed. But it takes a lot of juggling, and it's not a typical 9 to 5. Like I'm up sometimes 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning creating content and writing and planning things. So it's just when I can do it.
And that is the behind the scenes stuff that a lot of people do not recognize, specifically if you are a parent looking to step into this journey. I always say you can't be a punk and be an entrepreneur. You can't.
Absolutely.
It's just not for the faint of heart. And then what makes it more of a beautiful journey is when you are doing this while you have other realistic obligations. You're not gonna like throw your children or your husband or your spouse or your mate to the side while you are in pursuit of your dream. Like this is really your dream, and they are just a part of it right now. So it's what
Absolutely.
we have to do.
Absolutely. And I want her, as she grows, as my business grows, and as she grows, I want her to see what effort looks like, what it takes, what believing in yourself and then putting the effort behind that belief takes. And so, I try to be consistent and intentional about my brand, about my business, about making choices that will help my brand and business elevate, so that one day I can say, look, yeah, your mama did this. Your mama has these many books published. Your mama did that. And you can do it too. You're so much better than me.
Right.
If I can do it, you can do it. You can do anything you want to do. And so that's kind of, that's a huge motivator for me, is to be able to be an example to my child.
So what was your why in starting your business?
My why in starting Harriet Return originally was to create a space and a platform to share my artistry. So it started off as a company to share my poetry, the work that I do as a spoken word artist, and to cultivate a space where people could find Ayanna the artist. It has grown and morphed and become something else really after 2020, with this need to help motivate people and pour into people and help people find their own reason to be free. Writing freed me. My gift of writing freed me, helped me find my voice in a space and in a world that, often silence individuals like me, little Black girls. Being able to write and being able to communicate that way helped me be free and helped me tap into my freedom. And Harriet Return is now a space where I want other people to find whatever it is that makes them free and tap into that. And I want to be an aid in that. Harriet Return, the name, of course, is a homage to Harriet Tubman. And I was given that name many years ago. When I was 16, a mentor of mine wrote me a birthday poem. And a line in the poem was, Harriet Return. I'm misquoting the line, but I can't wait to see where your words will take us. And that was a challenge to me. I received that as a challenge. I'm being compared to Harriet Tubman, the Harriet Tubman. That was huge. And it was something that stuck with me, that I had an obligation and a responsibility to help free others in the same way that Harriet Tubman took that responsibility and that obligation. And so that is now what Harriet Return has become. So that's my why. I want people to be a part of the freedom movement. I believe that the cost of freedom is faith, and I want people to have faith in themselves and believe that they can truly be free and have a life where they are free to believe in themselves and do. So that's my why.
That's a great why. But it's
Thank you.
also a good segue to um, you know, your startup costs as a business, right? And so you are an author. It doesn't look like traditional, startup costs in terms of like registration, et cetera, et cetera. It looks slightly different. Would you mind be able to share your process of, being in the publishing aspect of what that could look like for individuals?
Absolutely. So I am a self-published author, which is there's different ways to become published, and I went the self-publishing route. I published my first book before there were guns, there were gods, over 10 years ago. It's 11 years now.
Hmm.
And I didn't know a lot. I talked to a friend who had self-published, and he put me on to the company that he used, and I went with the same company. And there were startup fees to be published. There are a lot of companies out there that will offer people who are aspiring writers who want to become published these package where we'll do everything for you. We'll put the book together, we'll print it, we'll do everything, and just pay us up front. And I tell people to do some research because a lot of time there are hidden fees and there are things that come up after you sign a contract with these companies that you can't account for. And I experienced that 10 years ago with the company that I published my first book with, where basically it's like you have to buy your own book back. So I tell self-published authors all the time, if you got to pay for your own stuff, you no longer own it. But there are fees attached to becoming published. There are copyright fees when you get your work copywritten. There are editing. You should always hire an editor before you put any book out there. Make sure someone other than you has read it with the intention of finding errors and making sure it's clean and print ready. So paying for editing services costs money. Paying an illustrator costs money. My first book, I think I paid the illustrator $150 for the cover. That price is going up because that was 11 years ago. So that price is going up. But there are fees with self-publishing, and then printing fees. If you go with a company that tells you they'll print your book, you usually have to pay a smaller cost for your book. So if your book is priced at $20, they may charge you $8 a copy, but you'll still have to pay per copy to get copies of your book if you want to have copies on hand to sell them yourself. The company will offer to sell it for you, and they'll have it like posted on Amazon and Barnes and Nobles. But if you really want to hustle your book and sell your own copies, you got to pay for them. So that's something, a cost that I still to this day have. And so it's about finding researching and finding the right avenue for you if you want to publish, or it's about shopping your book around to big publishing companies. Try to shop it around to a book agent. Try to sell it so that it gets picked up, and then you get an advance for your book. Then they pay you up front for sales that they believe your book will make.
Got it.
And then you got to make those sales. So it's a business. Being an author is a business, and there's an aspect to it. When I first became published 10 years ago, my only goal was to have my words in print. I was like, if I don't sell one copy, it's still a success, because the success is that I'm published. And that little book has kept on ticking over the years. 11 years later, people are still buying my collection of poetry, still reading it. So I'm very proud of it. But when I originally published, it was just to be published. That was the goal when I did it 10 years ago. I
And
hope that
so,
answers.
no, it did. It actually did. But it does lead me to another question, because I see a lot of the ebooks
Yes.
that are being sold. Is the process the same for ebooks, or is it totally different than what you just described?
Um, Similar. The only thing that's different with ebooks is that it's not you don't have a physical copy, so you won't have to pay per copy. But there are Amazon KDP. KDP is Amazon's lane for people to publish. They allow people to publish ebooks, and you will sell it directly through Amazon. But how it works is you're not getting all your money up front. So if you put it on Amazon, Amazon is getting the lion's share, and then you'll get royalties from each sale. So
Okay.
I recently published a book this past May, and I did it through Amazon, and it's available for purchase on Amazon. But I don't tell people to go to Amazon to buy my book. I tell them to come to me, buy my book on my website, so that I get all of the money from that sale, and then I just pay my author price, which is like $3 a book. For me, I'll buy a set of books from Amazon and I'll have them on hand to sell it. But I also have the book in e-version on Amazon, so people can get it and purchase it from Amazon, and then I'll get royalties from that. So if you go through someone, they're always going to dig into your sales. You're not going to get 100% of your profits. And that's just the name of the game with self-publishing. You're always going to end up paying someone for your product. You should own your product, so always copyright it, because I can always take it down from Amazon. I can always tell Amazon you can't sell it anymore. So I have 100% ownership of my book, and I can decide when I want to take it off of the platform. But I do get royalty from Amazon because they get their cut. They get their cut from making it easy for me to publish through their platform. So the ebook is a little bit easier to manage, but if you do it through a platform, you're not going to get the whole sale. So if your ebook is $9 on Amazon, you're not going to get $9 every time you sell an ebook. You're going to get a portion of that $9, and Amazon's going to get their money.
Amazon don't really need any more money right now.
They sure don't. Jeff Bezos is out here going to the moon. He doesn't need another cent, but but they get it. They make sure they get their money up on the front end. Yes.
Yeah. We don't fluff them pockets nicely.
Oh yeah.
So I wanted to, just transition just a little bit. Like, so you talked about copywriting in those aspects, specifically when you're self-publishing. You talked a little bit about that process. So let's look at 2020, because you said that you just published another book. What did 2020 look like for you?
2020 for everyone collectively was a challenging year. Like it flipped everything on its head. But for me, it was a year of transition, and it was a year of revelation. Things started to settle for me in 2020 just by being still, by being forced to be still. I was able to have some revelations about my life and to really put things in motion in a way that I wouldn't have if I was still on the grind and the hustle and bustle and still running. And so that stillness helped me come to peace with a lot of things. I lost some people with the pandemic, so I was affected by that. And thankfully, my immediate family and friends are with me, but we lost some loved ones and some friends. And it was a year that really helped magnify my gratitude, because I was just grateful to make it through. I was like, yo, God, I made it through, and I made it through, knock on wood, unscathed, no COVID, nothing. And so it became the catalyst to what I now call this year being my year of yes. I don't know if you're familiar with Shonda Rhimes' book, Year of Yes, but I read that book a couple of years ago, and when I read it, I was inspired when I read it, and I was like, I'm gonna have my own year of yes, and then I never did it. I was like, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna have my own year of yes, and then I never took the time to actually start saying yes to myself until the end of 2020. I was like, okay, I'm ready to say yes. I'm ready to push past my fear, push past uncomfortable moments, push past anxiety, and show up and say yes for myself in a way that I hadn't done previously. And when I tell you the blessings started flowing in, my child came,
Mm.
um, growth in my business, this book, my latest book came, just expansion for me as a woman and a person came because I just decided to say yes to myself. And that's what I got out of 2020.
I receive all of that. I receive all of that. Just the focus in on gratitude, right? As an entrepreneur, sometimes we may think that um, everything has to be on an up and up, but just like, simply being in the space of, you know, being asked, right? Or shooting your shot for things that may have been perceived out of your reach is in the space of
Mhm.
gratitude. Even thinking about, just to add on to just a little bit, not really, that we share same experiences, but just really understanding that, entrepreneurship and being in that space of thankfulness, it helps you to focus in on your goals instead of the why she doing that, why he doing that. It just puts something in your spirit that you can focus on, like, yo, I'm up today. All right, he not done with me. Let me, kind of like press forward. Or,
Yes.
yo, I got, a callback, or thank you. Like that space of being thankfulness. And then also for me, part of my business model is my give back. Like I make sure that within my business model, it's a social impact. Like who am I bringing along behind me, in front of me, or who I can tap in front of me that will help to me to focus in on that space of gratitude. So I really appreciate you, highlighting that, because we kind of, well, at least sometimes in the beginning I did. It was the woe is me
Hmm.
for no reason. But just that space of gratitude helps to open up the door for a lot that's coming your way. When you live in that space, it just opens up something amazing. So I definitely appreciate you sharing that.
It's the key. Gratitude is the magnet for abundance. It will bring abundance. If you're grateful where you are right now, I don't live in the space of comparison. I'm
Mm,
not trying to compare myself to anyone else, because their journey, their hustle, their vision, their assignment is different than mine. Their purpose is different than mine. So I don't come from a place of comparison. I am grateful. I'm grateful to God for my gifts. I'm grateful to God for my assignment and for even the challenges, because the challenges give me something to learn from. There are lessons in every challenge. There is lessons in every mistake. There's lessons in every misstep. And so I thank God for even those moments where I mess up,
mm,
and it's like, okay, I learned something. I learned to be obedient, trust my gut a little bit more. I learned to use discernment. I learned to strengthen my boundaries. I learned to, say no when no is necessary. These are things that have come from challenges. And I'm grateful for those, as I am grateful for the blessings and the things that come with ease. It's been a journey of me expanding and being obedient. I asked God to make it plain and to make it clear what my purpose was. And I got some answers, and I'm like, okay, now I'm going to be obedient to that. If I ask for it and you brought it to me, you'll bring me through it, and you'll give me exactly what I need to get through it. So I'm just thankful. I'm thankful for the whole experience that I'm on and the journey I'm on.
I'm just gonna be quiet and like just because that just like sits. I'm like listening to it, I'm like, yup, even for the failures, even for what I call temporary challenges, because usually that
Yes.
stuff doesn't last that long. So yes, 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 yes to all of that. I have another question about
Okay.
um, business collaboration and
Mhm.
collaborating with other small business. Tell me what your process is to do so.
I love to collaborate. I believe that your net worth is a direct reflection of your network.
Mm,
And so if you don't invest the energy in networking and collaborating and supporting other businesses and learning from other businesses, it will directly affect how you grind and how you grow. And so I'm always looking to learn and collaborate and connect with other business owners and to support. Like, it costs me nothing to repost. It costs me nothing to share. It costs me nothing to like. It costs me nothing to tell somebody, hey, did you hear about this business? Did you hear about this? Wear a t-shirt, buy some swag, support a business owner. I can't expect people to ride for me and support me if I'm not putting that same energy out into the community. So I am always trying to put people on and connect with people, and they think about me. They keep me in mind, and they connect me to opportunities, and they share things that have helped me expand as a businesswoman, simply because I've done the same for them. So I collaborate, and I think it was Issa Rae who said, "Yo, network with people that are next to you." Like, people always try to aim up, and it's good to aim up. Like you said in your intro video, it's good to have an OG. It's good to have somebody who's been doing it longer than you and knows a little bit more than you. But it's also invaluable to touch the people that are right next to you, that are doing the same grind and in the same vein and in the same hustle as you, to say, well, what do you need? And this is what I need. And can we help each other? Can we uplift each other? And so that is something that is just ingrained in me. And I do it like I breathe. I'm always trying to big up the business owners that I know. I had a book launching event last month, and I collaborated with my really good friend, my dear friend and sister, and her company, Royal Fit Fam, and we collaborated on the event. And it was just supposed to be me reading and sharing my book, and then taking questions and answers as an author and connecting with community. And it ended up becoming this impromptu networking event because everybody in the space started to tell what business they did.
right.
We just created a space where people were just comfortable, like, yo, I do this. I'm a life coach. I'm a therapist. I do financial advisement. And people were just throwing it out there in the space. And it was so empowering to be around all that Black excellence, first of all, and to realize that, yo, that's my village. Like, I know all of y'all, and y'all are this dope. I pulled together a directory of everything that everybody said in the space, and like emailed it to all the people who had attended the event, so that, keep in touch. When you're looking for somebody for financial advisement, remember so and so said they do this. And so that's just something that I always do. Collaboration and support other businesses.
It's about creating. It's so interesting. Funny that you mentioned that. So it's almost like we need to make more referrals within our networks, like real deep in it. Like we don't always have to, yes, going across, going up, around the corner, but definitely not be afraid to share and connect with other. Even if we're doing the same thing, you may not have the capacity to handle it all. Give it up.
Right.
It's gonna come back to you. I promise. I'm a witness to it. It always comes back to you. When you release it,
Absolutely.
there's the universe will always respond to you in blessing. So it's no need to hold it.
Absolutely.
Sharing is caring. It's
Oh,
love.
absolutely. And it will help you grow. It will help you grow. Like you said, you can't do it all. I don't have the magic answer for everybody or every client or every need. And so I'm always like, oh, let me call my girl. Hey, there's this opportunity. I am that person. I always want to see everybody I love put on. I want everybody I know, the whole hood. I want the whole hood put on. So that's just my energy. And if it doesn't benefit me, that doesn't mean I can't pass it along for it to benefit somebody else.
That is so true. So I am gonna ask a couple of questions, right?
Okay.
So some tips for those who want to start in on your journey as an author, a mindfulness coach. Like, what could they do? What are some of the first things that you can recommend that they can do?
I think as an author, I think anybody can be an author. I think everyone has a story. Let me start there. Everyone has a story. Not everybody wants to tell their story. But if you have a story and you want to tell the story, the first thing to do is to actually write it. And don't really think about, I got to write it this way. I got to be perfect. I got to put it this way. Just pick up a pen, pick up a paper, get a tablet, get something, and just put some words on the page and let the page just become what it is. Get it out of you and get it on the page. You don't have to perfect how it is on the page. You don't have to, be the grammar police and write it this. That's why editors get paid so well, because that's their job. So you can get it edited. You can get support with cleaning up the book. But the first thing is to write it. Write your story. Talk to other people who have written. Join a writing group. I have participated in several writing groups that has added so much to my writing process as a writer and as an author, and helped me grow and expand my work and my books. So find a group of people who are also writing and collaborate. And there are several groups that you can find, both in person and virtual, and get it on the page. Be authentic to your story. Own your story. Don't change it for anybody. It's yours to tell, so tell it the way that you want to tell it. I hear authors all the time say, oh, well, I'm not going to write that part because, my church fam is going to judge me. And I'm like, okay, I get it. And I'm like, are you writing this book for the church fam? Is that the point? Well, no, I want to tell my truth. I want to tell my story. So I'm like, just tell it. And whoever gets it is going to get it. Whoever doesn't get it, it wasn't for them. So don't compromise your story for anyone is what I would say. And get it on the page. That's the first step. After that, you get some help from other people like editors, like publishers that will help you with the marketing side of how to sell your book, of how to target it to audience, of how to get it in front of different bookstores and do that work. And editors will help you make sure that the book is tight and clean and ready for print. But the first step to being an author is to write. That's the first step. I know that seems cliche and so simple, but that's it. When people think about it, they overcomplicate it. I'm like, nah, did you write? But did you write though? Did you put it on the page? That's the first step. All the other things that come with being an author, it comes, but you gotta have something written first.
All right. So as we are wrapping up, I wanted to just check to see if anyone has any questions. We will post them up live.
Okay.
But while we are waiting for you to type your questions in, I'm going to do one of my favorite segments is the one word rapid fire questions.
All right.
So, what's your favorite borough?
Brooklyn.
You know what? See,
it's also the best borough, but
it must be a Brooklyn thing because everybody who I've interviewed, they be like, "What?" Like, especially if you're from Brooklyn, they like.
Is there any other place to talk about? Shout out to all the other places in New York, but Brooklyn is where it's at.
That's. I'm from Brooklyn too.
Yeah.
So, what do you do in your downtime?
Sing and listen to music. That was more than one word, but sing and listen to music. I love music.
Oh, you gonna drop some notes right now? I'll just.
Ooh. Me. I might. What did I just listen to? I like oldies, so I like I was listening to Donnie. I love you in a place where there's no space or time. I love you for my life. You're a friend of mine. I was listening to that earlier. I love oldies. I'm like 75.
Just for the record, I do not sing that well, even though my people know I'll be up in karaoke. I'll be,
Oh, we need to do karaoke together. Let's go.
Okay, I don't.
It's okay. The vocal ability in karaoke. It's all about the performance.
That's how I've been getting over all these years. My friends probably laughing at me now. Okay, so Pizza or burgers?
Ooh, pizza. I was gonna say
Smoothies or ice cream?
smoothies now. Used to be ice cream. Smoothies now.
In 3 years, what will change for your community?
Ooh. One word answer for that?
Well, you can bring that one, but let's start with the one word.
Access.
Mm.
Access will change for my community in 3 years. Um, um, Equity in access will change for my community in 3 years. I hope. I pray.
With the work that we have to do. What
Absolutely.
what is the legacy that you would like to leave for your family?
Love and freedom. I want my family to be free, and I want my family to be founded and rooted in love.
Oh, I got a question for you. Will you adopt other children, other kids?
I will. That's Diane. Diane asked, will I adopt other children? I will be open to it. I will be open to it. Yes. If God intends, yes. I'm open to fostering and also adopting other children.
Thank you, Diane, for the questions. If you have any more questions while we're still live, please send them through. So let's talk about this book, right? You are not going to leave here without not talking about this new book.
Yes, this is my new book, Half of What You See, The Scars of Love. Put it up there. There you go. And it is, it's a page turner, y'all. I'm not going to say it because I wrote it, but I'm going to say it because it's true. This book is good. It's a page turner. I describe it as a romantic trilogy. There are 3 books in this series. This is the first of 3, and it's a thriller, mystery, murder mystery romance about a group of 6 college friends whose lives get turned upside down when one of the ladies falls in love with this mystery guy. And it's just a whole lot of drama. I tell people it's like Scandal mixed with Girlfriends mixed with Psycho. So if you know those references, it's all of that mixed into one. It's murder, it's drama, it's love, it's friendship, and it's a page turner from the very first chapter to the very end. It's just drama throughout. So I'm really excited about this book. Right now, there is a book club that's happening. Shout out to my sister, Royal Fit Fam, Ash. She hosts a book club every Wednesday on Zoom, and they are deep in the book. And I pop in and I hear their reactions and I hear their predictions of the book. But grab you a copy of this, y'all. I tell you, you will not be disappointed. It's like watching a movie on the page. I promise.
So we can buy the book scrolling down online at harrietreturn.com.
Absolutely. And you will get a signed autographed copy of the book directly from me to you if you order from my website. It's also available on Amazon. But like I said earlier, hit me up. I'm the plug.
Right.
Hit me up for the book.
Right. And so where else can we, if anyone wants to reach out to you for speaking engagements, how can we reach out to you?
Absolutely. So I am available on all of the platforms under Harriet Returned. So that's Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. My email is harrietreturn@gmail.com. And my website is www.harrietreturn.com. So if you want to connect with me, and I hope that you do, I would love to connect with you all. Hit me up on any of those platforms. I'm also on YouTube. I drop morning motivational messages. I was dropping them consistently Monday, Wednesdays, and Friday mornings. And then I became a mom and I took a hiatus, but I'm coming back with them. And so if you want to watch any of the videos I've already dropped to get you a little dose of motivation, feel free to follow me and subscribe on my YouTube channel, which is also Harriet Return. But please hit me up. Follow me. I'll follow you. And I just want to connect. So please find me on all platforms under Harriet Returned. And that's ED at the end of return.
And so we're at the close of this session. I don't note any more questions in the chat, but I want to say thank you so much.
This was my
So
pleasure. Thank you.
So
Thank you
that
for
means
creating this space. Thank you for your platform, for your business, for your passion and what you put into the community and creating space like this. I really appreciate it. I enjoyed myself. Thank
so
you.
that means this is not the first time. That means you're gonna come back again.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I'm coming through. I'm gonna have on different hair next time. And I switch my hair up. So don't say y'all don't know me when y'all see me in a blonde wig. It's still me, just in different hair. But I will come back. I will definitely come back.
That will be me too, because if you've been watching this show, y'all know I stay with the blue lipstick though. That's my signature. The blue
I love
lipstick
it.
is, something I've come to appreciate, and I have the freedom to do so because I have my own business.
I
So,
know that's right. And
mm,
you rock it well. You rock it well.
I appreciate you. So to be returned, Harriet,
Yes.
Ayanna, you're gonna come back and visit us. Thank you so much for this time and space. We're gonna see you again soon.
Yes.
Please,
Thank you. Bye,
please
fam.
be sure to support all of the platforms, harrietreturn.com, Instagram, Facebook, on YouTube. Please be sure. This is how we become successful. Just like y'all out there supporting these big box organizations, the Marts, the EJs, and all them other places out there.
Come
Take
on.
time to support us small businesses who, we have dreams, right? Just like those other organizations, they had dreams, but they also had a super network. And just like them, we also have a super network with those who are in this space. So I thank you so much.
Thank
I look
you.
forward to
Can I
having
add one more thing? I did
you.
forget
Sure
one.
can.
I want to say if anybody is actually looking to connect with me and you want a friend and an accountability coach and a motivator, I am open to connect with people who would love to work with a life coach. Consider working with a life coach. If you got a goal that you need somebody to just help you along with, or you want to be inspired, consider me. You can hop on my website, and I am booking a 30-minute free consultation for people to just fill it out and let us talk for 30 minutes. And if you're interested, then we can keep it rolling. So find me on my website if you also are interested in life coaching services. I forgot to mention that, so I want to throw that out there.
Well, it's there. And thank you so much
Thank
for,
you.
thank us both for, and it says, we'll definitely connect. So
Yes, Diane,
I don't
please.
I don't want to hear no excuses why we all are not supporting one another. This is the space to do so. So on that note, I'm sending you virtual hugs and kisses. You're coming back. You're
I'm coming
coming.
back. I am coming back. You will see me again. Yes. This was fun. Get it, girl. Hey, and happy belated birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
Mm.
Happy birthday to you. Go, shorty. It's your birthday. We gonna party like it's your birthday. Hey, yes. Happy
So
birthday to
so
you.
I'm taking you up on that karaoke. That's a suck.
We going. We going.
And maybe you may those who are watching, maybe y'all can come through and celebrate because I celebrate for the rest of the year because
That's
this
what's
is
up.
when you make it a birthday, you just count it as a blessing. So
That's right.
all right, so long, my dear, good seeing you, and we'll
All
be in
right.
touch. All right,
Y'all
take
be
care.
well. Good night.
So this is what makes this so amazing. I don't think you understand how much of a blessing it is to really connect with other small business owners from different spaces. I am not an author at all. I am one who is a business coach. I love sharing time and space and learning with one another. And so I have the good pleasure of sharing a few final business tips that I want to share with you all, and also some resources that I have discovered in terms of grants, etc. First tip: ensure that you have a business mentor. I think that having a business mentor to support you along your journey, one that has a reasonably proven track record. Now, here's what I mean by that. And so while we're in like different spaces as entrepreneurs, we all start to begin a journey and a process of of really having a track record. So one of the things that exists with myself is that I've been in business for 6 years, 6.5 years. It will be seven next year, September. And what does that look like? I recently became certified as a minority women business enterprise at the state and also the city level. So I now have experience with, understanding what contracting with the government looks like. So, understanding that having a business mentor or an OG to help you along the process is important. And it helps to, kind of, shorten the learning gap in certain spaces. Get your credit in order, right? So, I know that it's like a big push, right? A huge push. Make sure you get small business credit, da, 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 and all this, wonderful opportunities as small business owner. However, when you are starting your business, first starting, they have to have a way to measure you in terms of your personal relationship with money. And so they need to, make a clear assessment. Is this person really good with money? How have they managed, their own personal resources? So just be sure to establish an appropriate relationship with money, right? And a lot of us, start off dealing with money based upon the scenarios and what we've been exposed to with our families and our parents. But make sure that specifically if you are making the choice to go into entrepreneurship, that you establish an appropriate relationship with money so that you can leverage other people's money responsibly. There is so much out there to be able to take advantage of, but you have to be responsible and accountable for the little so that when more comes, you'll be able to manage a lot. And so, I want to share a couple of resources because there are tons and tons and tons of grants that are out there. I want to first start with the fact that LegalZoom, right, has a grant a current process right now where it's legalzoom.com. They have Fast Break for small businesses. They are doing, I think it was $10,000 and also an opportunity to have credits with having someone, a representative from LegalZoom, to be able to support you on your process. So check that out. The other thing is another grant that is out there, NAACP.org. They have a list of resources and grants available that you can take advantage of. It's there. But I always say, as it relates to, taking advantage of these specific applications, is that you have to have the basics in order. And what does the basic look like? Y'all fuss with me and say, "Oh, I can't or I do." We're gonna remove that from our language and say, just get your documents in order. If you know that you have not legally or don't have a legal business structure, you do not have to be an LLC to apply for these. You just have to have a formalized business structure with your county clerk's office, specifically within the state of New York, to take advantage of this. Also, EIN numbers, also having a separate bank account, and really understanding how you are managing your resources is a way to have access to these grants. Placing them in a file, a digital file, because a lot of these grants, they want the same information. They want to know, how are you in business or do you just have a high paid hobby? Really important. There's another one that came up. There is a promotion that's happening. It started last week. This is with Dove Chocolate. They are giving out, I think it's like $10,000 that they are giving out. You have to do a 30-second video to be able to apply for this particular grant, but it's there. It is there for you to take advantage of. There's another one. Hello Alice has a partnership with UBS in terms of providing grants and resources for small business owners. Again, these are things that are out there that you can take advantage of. And as long as you have your information and your package available, you can actually take advantage of and do it there. So I want to also talk about, an opportunity that exists, right, in terms of additional resources. So we have the different chambers of commerce that are available. We have a number within the tri-state area, the 5 boroughs, that you have an opportunity to access and take advantage of. I placed there the Queens Chamber of Commerce, the Bronx, Staten Island, Manhattan, Brooklyn, the Hispanic Chamber of Commerce. You have the Upstate New York Black Chamber of Commerce, and you have the U.S. Black Chamber of Commerce as well. All of these are available to provide resources for small businesses. You just have to tap into taking advantage of those. So, one more plug. The U.S. Black Chambers of Commerce has a process where you can connect and be featured within this space, and it is for small businesses. So please take advantage of all these links that are here, because it is for free. It's just a matter of you applying and taking advantage and putting in your effort for these different opportunities. And lastly, because y'all know I always got to do something as well. 11375 will feature a few small businesses for the holidays. Like, who doesn't want promotion? Doesn't cost you anything. If your business is interested in participating, please complete the link by November the 19th so that we can start the process of promoting your business during the holidays. Like, who wouldn't want that? It's a leg up for everybody. And so if you're wondering, oh my goodness, I didn't get a chance to see all these links, guess what's going to happen? We're going to post all these links on our IG page so that you can have access to it. We will post it on our Facebook page so that you can have access to the links, and just share it. It's nothing wrong with sharing the information. All of this information is a search or being a part of an email list in which you can support. So on that note, I want to say thank you so much for joining us. We are really excited to start this process for you. But there's more, right? If you need to book me, you can book me through SCORE. While I am a coach, I also have opportunities for individuals to book me through SCORE. And guess what? It's no charge. The only thing is, I want to put a disclaimer, is that when you book me through SCORE, I only mentor on Fridays. That is my day that I do the give back for entrepreneurs. So please take advantage of it. We are here, we are open, and we have the opportunity to be able to do so. So I want to thank you again for joining us. We are going to be here every Monday through March of 2022. So please stay tuned, like, follow, share us on 11375. And if you are interested in working with me and Ayanna, make sure that you contact Ayanna on Harriet's return, and to just support one another. This is what we have to do in order to be able to have us all level up. So the information is scrolling, and I appreciate you, and thank you so much for joining us this evening. So bye-bye. Welcome to the real journey of the entrepreneur. The journey of any entrepreneur begins with a decision, then writing down your vision, then the execution of that vision. It is not for the faint of heart. It is for those who understand how powerful your mind is and that you can truly create the life that you deserve. It does require a unique formula that includes belief in yourself, a lot of consistency, connecting with an OG, a lot of tears, missing out on a few events and things, and taking a whole lot of risks that will allow you to see your vision and dream come to pass. This journey of the entrepreneur is from the perspective of a wonderful mother, a business owner, whose goal is to break generational barriers and normalize the process of wealth building and financial wellness through entrepreneurship, all while creating a social and give back along the way. I am sharing this journey with you and invite you to share this process with me. Let's do this together. Your decisions, but you have to feel comfortable to own it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right? I will always support you.
Thank you